Man, this shit is getting crazy. Never seems to amaze me. I think the devil's trying to play. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Use Your Own Intelligence podcast. I am your host, Fritz, and I greatly appreciate you guys showing up today and giving me a little bit of your time, right? But I just really wanted to dive straight into set the tone on this podcast and basically let y'all know what exactly this thing here is about. The title is very self-explanatory. Use your own intelligence. It's not hard. It's another way of saying use your common sense, ladies and gentlemen. It's really the only expectation I have when you coming in here and you're listening and you're participating and commenting and you're saying whatever you want to say about whatever is on the podcast. Please just keep it on a common sense basis. Me personally, I'm not here to talk over you. I'm not here to talk above you or ahead of you. Everything I say is going to be at a common sense level. I'm not here to talk beneath you. Everything, all I'm asking, Lord Jesus, have mercy. Please just come in here with some common sense, because that's exactly what this podcast and this platform is based off. Just basic common sense. All right. It doesn't take much to really get a full understanding of an issue if you just use your basic common sense. All right. Solving it is going to be a challenge, but if you use your common sense, you could figure out a lot of shit you just did not know. All right. Humanity as a whole, I gotta be honest with you guys, we're not in a good place. I mean, I don't think humanity is who we think we are. And I think we were sold a dream. I don't know about y'all, but growing up in America, the picture they painted and how this place was until you got older and really realized it's not the same. I mean, I believe there's a lot of manipulation going on, and humans as a whole, we pay attention to things that need the least attention, and we turn our backs on the things that need the most attention. That is a fact. That is a fact. And one thing I can honestly tell you I'm going to do on this podcast, and please mark my words for the remainder of this episode, other podcasts and the life expectancy of it, I would never in my life tell a lie. I would never give the benefit of the doubt to allow anybody to tell me I came up here and lied to you. I'm going to do my due diligence. When I report something and it's true, I know. Now, it's up to you to find out if you don't know, but you will never, ever fix your mouth and come at me crazy and say I lied. There may be a point of view you don't agree with. There may be an opinion you don't agree with. I can care less, to be honest with you, because there's a lot of opinions and point of views I don't agree with. We're all human at the end of the day. Man, I truly believe there's a wave going on the internet. I truly believe there is a wave. There are certain people who have, when they speak, I listen. I have a high respect and a high regard for these individuals. And when I say a wave, you're like, what the hell are you talking about? There's a wave. There's a group of people that are on the internet with the same message, and it's basically guiding people in society to do the right thing. You know, they're addressing the lack of unity. They're addressing the truth and how it's making people uncomfortable. There are those people that are that just have a zero tolerance for bullshit. They have a high expectations for humans, and they expect more than what they're seeing. I'm on that wave. All right. Then you got those people in the middle who are basically lukewarm. 1 minute they're all for it. Next minute they're on the bullshit, right? They're on some bullshit. They're on some very negative, evil shit. They don't want to acknowledge it because they're playing both sides, but you have those people. And then you got the people on the left that just don't give a fuck. They wilding out. Nothing we can do about those people, but I myself just chose to be on that wave, on that right wave. I mean, on the right side of things, and want to curve, society in a better direction. With some of those people, I got to say, when they speak, I listen, man. And these are the Dr. Umars, the Dr. Boyce Watkins, Tariq Nasheed, the good brother Rizza Islam, Chaka Bars, Charleston White, the brother D1 Music. If y'all haven't heard of D1 Music, he's really shaking up the rap game, but y'all need to hear some strong points that he's been making. The Andrew Tates of the world, I got to have a respect for. Nick Cannon, the good brother Nick Cannon, his platform, his messages that he's been spreading. I love it. Hassan Campbell. And the list goes on and on and on. If I miss somebody, trust me, I will be bringing them up some shape, form, or fashion somewhere down this the lifespan of this podcast, right? But then again, there's people I listen to who I don't agree with and I don't like. Nobody I ever mentions is going to be somebody, even if I have high regards and respect for you, there's nothing 100% about you that I like. There's not a human that exists. There's not a human on earth that's 100% I like. I love everything about you. No, there's going to be, as humans, you're going to find some differences and some things you're going to disagree with, right? For those group of people on the internet who I think they're very smart, they're very persuasive, and it's not always in a good way. It could be, to me, it could be very misleading, very manipulative, and be manipulating. And I don't agree with them a whole lot. Those are the Candace Owens, you know what I mean? I got, every now and then she'll land a strong point. You'll be like, okay, she gets it. And then the true colors come out. The Tucker Carlsons, I don't know, man. I just have a very hard time of listening to some people. And then you got the PBDs who are very controversial. The problem I have with PBD that makes me very uncomfortable is he doesn't always practice what he preaches, right? He's just one of those guys, a lot of influence online, and he's very controversial to me. I think he plays both sides of the fence. One minute he's screaming, I'm not for either party. I could go Democrat or Republican. I just want a president. Nah, bro, you're a Donald Trump dick rider. I got to be honest. And he's just one of them. There's plenty of them. But basically that's me setting the tone. So the type of people I listen to, type of people I respect, people I listen to, these are the people. Just I'm just basically setting the tone, ladies and gentlemen. One of the things that's been really bothering me, and I'm definitely going to want to have a conversation about it, or just to bring it up, is why foundational Black Americans always end up at the bottom for household income. I just can't understand that. Year after year after year after year, Black Americans end up at the bottom. And that's something I want every race to tap in on. I would love to hear it from every race. Why is it that foundational Black Americans always end up at the bottom for household income? Lack of unity. There was a young lady by the name of Marilyn Mosby that came on the Breakfast Club last week. I definitely want to get into that and talk about that and show you a soundbite, a 3 or 4 minute soundbite. Hopefully afterwards you guys go sign a petition and let me know, after hearing what I've heard, how is it that a woman could come on the Breakfast Club and tell this type of truth? And if humanity is who we say we are, how the fuck does this woman not get the attention she needs? How does she not get exonerated from the charges that she's facing? If humans are who they say they are. Brother named by Chaka Bars was also on the Breakfast Club last week. When he brings up situations that's happening in Congo and Sudan, how does he not get the attention and the awareness and the likes that I think he should? I don't know. Maybe humanity ain't all who y'all think it is. There's a strong possibility that humanity is really the worst creatures known to ever face this earth. But yet we front like we're all so holier than thou. We front like we are all though more holier than thou. But we are the biggest pieces of shit the planet's ever seen, man. The amount of evil that I've been noticing that has not been addressed, the amount of fear that I'm witnessing online because people don't want to speak up, man. Thank you. Don't worry. I got it. Use Your Own Intelligence podcast. We here. I'm here. That's something I got to pride myself of, not being scared to speak about the truth. There's going to be a lot of things that you see people shy from. Thank God this podcast is fresh and it's brand new. I ain't got to worry about that. Not to start it off, but so be it. If I got to get taken down for telling the truth, it is what it is, man. It won't meant to be. I'll find another way. I always do. Who is Jimmy Cherizier? Me being a Haitian American, I don't know if you guys know anything about Haiti, but he's a very interesting guy. And I'll desperately ask you to do your research on him. Find out what he came from and why he is the way he is now. And listen to the words when they translate them on the things that he's saying. He says a lot of powerful messages. But it might go over your head because you see him with a gun and he's defending his country in a sense. So I guess without further ado, I should just play this video by Marilyn Mosby. And when you hear Marilyn, right? And I don't want to pick on the Breakfast Club. Ladies and gentlemen, I promise you I'm not picking on the Breakfast Club. It's going to be numerous sources I'm going to be collecting sound bites from. It's not. But the Breakfast Club this week was on a roll. They was on a roll with a lot of prominent figures that should have got a lot of attention that did not get the awareness that they should have gotten in comparison to the corny shit I see humans always involved in. This Drake and Kendrick shit is corny, man. I'm sorry, guys. It's corny. But yet that's where majority of our attention will go to rather than something that's important. But needless to say, man, here goes Marilyn Mosby pleading her case for 3 to 4 minutes about what she's going through. And after hearing this video, I definitely would want to know, why wouldn't people just be already signing this petition? But needless to say, here you go, Marilyn Mosby's hair out.
State's attorney, so you were doing your job, and then it took a shift. When did it start taking a shift? When did the government start attacking you, and for what reason?
So when I became the state's attorney, I was the youngest chief prosecutor of any major American city in the country. I won at the age of 34. And so 5 months into my first term, a young black man by the name of Freddie Carlos Gray Jr. was killed in the custody of police when he was unconstitutionally arrested, placed into a metal wagon, head first, feet shackled, and handcuffed. And his pleas for medical attention were ignored. I followed the facts with the law. I wouldn't do anything differently, but I charged those police officers. And at that time, I was one of the first prosecutors in the country to attempt to hold police officers accountable for the death of a black man. And so that wasn't happening in this country. And so it immediately came with a great deal of backlash. You know, I got hate mail and death threats, but that's when they started to come for my law license. They were trying to, do whatever they could to break me. And what we learned out of that case, those officers were acquitted. In my opinion, the police department sabotaged the case. So in 2016, when I dismissed it, we put out a slate of police accountability reform proposals that were subsequently adopted nationally after George Floyd. You can go on record and you can see those same sort of proposals. But we also learned our lessons in that during my tenure, we then subsequently prosecuted 33 police officers successfully, right?
Not just, you didn't go after just the Freddie Gray police officers, 33 other police officers successfully.
Anybody that preyed upon the vulnerabilities of the citizens of Baltimore had to deal with my office. I knew people were going to come for me. I just didn't think that they were going to use this system against me in a way in which I would be wrongly convicted and face the same sort of reality as all of those exonerees.
So this is the indictment that happened in 2022. That was the first time they came for you?
For 5 years, they had been investigating every aspect of my life. So like they combed my taxes, my charitable donations, my campaign contributions. They went to my children's dance instructors. They were sending the FBI to my neighbors' homes at 5 a.m. And so I understood that it was coming, but I still knew that I had done nothing wrong. And so to then have, all of that be public, and the feds, when they're investigating you, typically you don't know it until you're indicted. They made it very public because they wanted to create this narrative that I was somehow a villain and corrupt. And so I was shocked when they came back and they indicted me of withdrawing my own money, the money that I put away every 2 weeks out of my retirement savings.
The Baltimore Deferred Compensation Retirement Account.
And made it out to be as if I was utilizing PPP loans or COVID relief funding, right? Like, no, this is literally my money. And what I was told was that I could access my money. What the government put on the stand is that David Randall, who's the executive director for the Deferred Compensation Fund for Baltimore City, he said all you needed to do was suffer a $50 adversity and you could access your money. 739 people in the city of Baltimore did the exact same thing that I did, and I'm the only person in America that has now been targeted, prosecuted, and convicted of doing this and facing 40 years in jail.
I don't know if you know this part, but it's actually United States overall, 35,000 people did the same thing, withdrawing from their retirement accounts. None of them were prosecuted either.
So what's the call to action? What do we need people to do?
We need people to sign this petition.
Where is it?
It's on justiceformarilynmosby.com.
So with that being said alone, just watching that clip, please prove me wrong. Please prove me that humanity ain't this piece of shit that I believe we are. Please tell me it's going to be people racing down to sign off on that petition. The lady said for 5 years just for doing her job. Just for doing her job, the government itself. I want to go back and let me make sure I got the title of this video right. Marilyn Mosby. Hear me out. Man, I'm gonna break this down real easy for y'all. Listen to the title. Marilyn Mosby speaks on the cost of taking on the justice system. That was the name of the title of the video you literally just heard. Marilyn Mosby speaks on the cost of taking on the justice system. For the fact that that type of title was on a nationally syndicated radio station. Oh, gosh, that lets me know we ain't in a good place. I thought this was land of the people. It was a democracy. I thought the people ran the country. But how many times have you talked to your fellow citizen and known that the government has been fooling us with fucking lies, and that is not the truth? If you go against the government, right or wrong, you're gonna face consequences in some shape, form, or fashion, right? If you go against the government for doing your job, in which they hired you to do, and you successfully did it honorably, you prosecuted 33 police officers. Now you got to face beef. Now you got to have a problem with the government for doing your job because you had crooked motherfuckers in your system that weren't doing good, and now you're mad at Marilyn Mosby for exposing it? And yet, we as human beings, we have all witnessed this. This girl has been going through it for 5 years now. We've all heard about the Freddie Gray, excuse me. We've all heard about the Freddie Gray case. You're underneath a fucking rock if you don't know who Freddie Gray was and how he died. I believe it was Trump's presidency when we had the Black Lives Matter movement and black people were getting dropped and shot unarmed left and right. You remember that phase? I wrote a song about it. I made it into the intro. Y'all should go ahead and listen to it, the whole thing. And I'm not even a rapper. It's a damn shame. For the first rhyme I ever wrote, I didn't even want to rap it. I was challenged by a friend of mine that told me, man, you don't know nothing about rapping. What the hell you know? Because I told him to tweak a few bars. Had me go into the booth just to go make a song and tell him, bro, I'm not even a rapper, but I'll let you know what I was talking about. So when you talking, make sure you're rapping about things that make sense and you can relate to. And that's basically on the positive, somewhat on the positive spectrum, right? But yeah, black people at one point were dying left and right and still are, but it was publicized on TV at one point. Now they keep it on the wraps. You got to, navigate through news to really find out how many more black people are dying unarmed. It's still happening, trust me. It ain't nothing new. They just don't put it on TV no more. They know better. They don't want that outrage no more. But ladies and gentlemen, I really don't want to drag the Marilyn Mosby case. So please, man, just when you get a chance, MarilynMosby.com, go sign the petition. It's the least you can do. It's really the least we can do. We do all kind of fuckery on the internet and online. Take a little bit of time, not even going to take that long, go sign off that petition. The next topic I wanted to bring up was with the good brother Chaka Bars, who also showed up at the Breakfast Club. And like I said, I'm not picking on the Breakfast Club. It's going to be numerous sources that I'm going to be pulling videos from. But this week, the Breakfast Club was on fire. They had two people that we definitely should be paying attention to and hearing out and in some way contributing to their movement in a sense, right? But Chaka Bars, the reason why I love Chaka Bars, man, the brother I believe been down in Congo for about 8 years now, and I mean faithfully, doing tremendous, great work, man, for humanity. It's just overall, man. If you're looking at a human and you want to look up to a human, and when you want to know who to aspire to want to be like, Chaka Bars is definitely up there in my top 5 of human beings. He's up there, man. I ain't never seen nothing like dude, but he's constantly exposing what's going on in Africa, specifically Congo and Sudan, but more Congo than anything, right? And on this clip, he gives a basic reality of humanity and how we think towards each other. And how we turn our backs. Like I said in the very beginning when I wanted to set the tone up, I always said we have this thing where we turn our backs on the people that need it most and we give our attention to the people that need it least. That's just the human. That is a fact. I have numerous examples, but y'all know better. One thing I don't want you to do is come up on this podcast and playing stupid like you don't know. Please don't come up here on this platform coming at me with some dumb shit, acting like you do. Don't play stupid with me. I have a zero tolerance for people that play stupid. So when I tell you things about humans, when we turn our back on people that need it the most and we pay attention to the ones that need it least, that's just who the fuck we are. It's a sad day. Hopefully we can improve. Shout out to the Use Your Own Intelligence podcast. Hopefully I can pioneer somewhat of that, right? But I gotta admire Chaka Bars and what he does, man. And he's always showing awareness on this specific issue in Congo, right? Congo is a pretty big place. If you want to know how big Congo is, I've heard if you sit it in America, it covers literally half of America, just Congo alone. That's not even Africa. Congo alone reaches from California to like what was once the Louisiana Purchase. It's pretty big. It's pretty big. It's almost half America, right? And when he goes into the conditions these people are going through just to deliver us cell phones and all this other tech equipment that we so love around the world, definitely here in America and Europe, the amount these people get in return for all they do for us, man, I know we ain't shit. I know we ain't shit. You can brag and boast and act like you something you're not, but I know overall humans can't be shit. For the shit I'm seeing and what's taking place, I know we ain't shit. There's no way we doing what we supposed to be doing here. It's only a select few of us, and we all selfish, we all to ourselves, and we're not really doing what our potential is here for. So, at least from what I heard, God said we should be doing. I know we not there. Ain't no way in hell we there. But I want to play this video just to show exactly the lack of care we have as humans. The lack of unity we have as human beings. When the fuck do we wake up and say, you know what, that guy's right, let's do something? As a whole. I'm not talking about these little organizations here, this organization here. Shut up. Hats off to you. It's great. But it's not enough. There's no way hell enough. When you hear this story, with all these humanitarians walking this earth, there's no fucking way we got enough. The shortage is crazy. The shortage is alarming and it's at an emergency. We need more people. Ain't enough. So needed to say, not to say more, I want y'all to pay attention, man, to Chaka Bars. It's only 3 minutes. I only need 3 minutes of your time. Hear them out and let's discuss.
You've been there 8 years, and you said that has happened in the last 2 years. What would you say is most challenging in helping the people, since helping the people of Congo, like obstacles you had to overcome?
The fact that because it's black people, nobody cares.
That's real.
So it's like where we see what was going on in Ukraine and the whole world has to speak about it. Where we see what is going on now in Palestine and because of its relationship with Israel and because of Israel's relationship with North America, everybody's speaking about it. The fact that we can have nearly, in the last 25 years, nearly 10 million people dead, and it's not popular news, it's not taught in school, that's the most challenging thing. It's like this hidden thing. It's like this under the radar thing. And if I told you in North America or in Mexico or in Ukraine that the population of New York was displaced. And when I mean they're displaced, I mean they're living in a tent. And the tent has been made from a plastic sheet and some wood sticks. They don't have running water. They don't have electricity. They don't have basic healthcare. They don't have hardly any food. So people are starving to death every day. Like, we see people dying every day. Yeah. And if I was to drive you from where we are right now, 55th Street, I think. If I was to drive you from here down to where I was last night, 8th Street, and the whole way you would just see people displaced, you'd be like, what is going on here? Yeah. And people don't go there. That's the other thing, is there is many people who speak about Congo now, or more people speaking about Congo, they don't go. Like, as much as I love my brothers and sisters for speaking about it, as well as speaking about it, go there and help out, or figure out a way. Because the thing is that it's not necessarily that you need to go there and do something. Just go there and take your phone and show people what's going on. Because
get the word out.
Get the word out. Because if these devices are created from the minerals from there, and we all have one, and we're all gonna have the whatever's coming out, right? Then why is it that, you know, we speak about the Holocaust in Germany of the Nazis, and we say never again.
And that's only scraping the surface. I cut off a very important part I wanted to elaborate. So I wanted to put a lot of emphasis on, right? This was one of the main parts he said in the interview. If you go back and watch it, it's worth the watch. But Brother Chaka says in the last 50 years, that's 50, in the last 50 years, more people died in Congo in comparison to all world wars and conflicts combined. I'll say it again. In the last 50 years, more people have died in Congo than all world wars and conflicts combined. So when I say conflicts combined, we're talking Afghanistan, Iraq, Desert Storm, you name it. You name it. But yeah, they take a motherfucker with Use Your Own Intelligence podcast, as well as a few others, because we sure ain't got that many people talking about it, in order to bring this awareness to make this shit stop. When is enough enough? You're going to hear that a lot. We're going to bring that back on this podcast until we got enough, until we got some real concrete answers. When is enough enough? In all seriousness. Moving on, man. We'll get back to the Chaka Bars. I promise you, it's all gonna get tied in together, man. This episode is pretty much to set the tone. It's really here to set the tone. I really want to let y'all know what kind of time I'm on. It gets better and better with time. The information that I have that I want to talk about, oh my God, I don't even have enough time in life to discuss. But it's going to get really interesting, man. The next topic we're going to ask is, who is Jimmy Cherizier, right? Being a Haitian American, right? Being an American, you can't just act like, because being a first generation American, understand, I'm not a foundational Black American. So being so, you just can't forget about where your parents came from. A lot of that shit, a lot of those values and a lot of those, what they inherited in Haiti, we got some of that. It's almost impossible not to get. You're only a first generation. Your family comes from another country, right? Who is Jimmy Cherizier? From the research I've done, the interviews I've watched from numerous journalists, okay? And this is a time when the media is saying this is basically the most dangerous man in Haiti. And we already know Haiti's probably they say the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, which I believe. All right. So after all this nasty talk, they're able to have a regular conversation, a sit down with this man that they claim is just the worst person known to human beings, right? A lot of times they don't tell you in the media, because I want them to start highlighting it more. I don't know why they don't highlight it, but it's very important. I want y'all to know this. It's extremely important when we talk about Haiti and we're talking about Jimmy Cherizier. it's very important. I want you to know what the media is doing, right? We're talking about an ex-Haitian police chief. I'm going to say it again because y'all ain't heard it. Jimmy Cherizier, a.k.a. the gang leader of G9, is an ex-police chief for Haiti. It's something the media got to keep repeating over and over and over and over again. But you don't usually hear that. All you hear is a gang leader, cannibal. You hear all kind of nasty shit, right? But I don't know about you guys. I never, ever trust American media or media in general. They're very nasty. Shout out for Putin for putting that out there on the Tucker Carlson interview. That was dope. I like the way he slid that up in there. You just can't never trust. And I'm not praising Putin, so please let's not act like I'm a Putin fan. I'm just telling you there's shit the people I hate say, and I'll be like, they're right. And it just happens to be right? But not to get off topic, but I just don't ever trust the media, right? All right, so when we talk about Jimmy, right? Why would an ex-police chief go rogue, form a militia called the G9, and go on a rant and go on a rampage for years saying, look here, man, Haiti's government is bad, and I'm going to do everything in my power to get rid of everybody that's holding office, right? They got to go. You're talking about a government. If y'all don't know about the Haitian government, it has to be a group of the nastiest motherfuckers I've ever seen in my life. The weakest individuals I've ever seen in my life. It's a group of the weakest, most just terrifying motherfuckers I've ever seen in my life. When I say terrifying, they're not scary. It's sad to be that weak as a people. You're talking about a small group of people who have since 1804, just hear me out, since 1804 have allowed outside sources to control them, manipulate them, take what they want, use and abuse these people to the furthest extent. I guarantee you from 1804 to now, if you study the Haitian government, you would know that they are the worst people that ever ran a country I've ever seen in my life. Jovenel Moïse, our Haitian president who got assassinated, right, recently, about 2 years ago. Let me not say recently, but he got assassinated, right? I didn't know too much about Jovenel at the time, but I did a lot of assuming. If it wasn't for my father, who is, I mean, he's if it's about Haitian politics and you need to know something, I ain't got to do too much research. I just go talk to my father. He studies this shit all day, every day. He watches this on a regular basis. It's like CNN and Fox to old white folks, okay? He does that with Haitian politics, right? So I didn't know much, but I did a lot of assuming when he got assassinated. I'm like, okay, that's typical Haitian shit, fucking each other over, killing each other in office. It happens. It's nothing new in Haiti, right? But something rang a bell, right? Because I was like, yo, Pops, there's no way this guy was good. There's no way this guy was good. Because if they really loved him, right? If Haitians really loved Jovenel, like you're saying he was a good guy, right? There's no way a group of Colombians is coming into Haiti to kill him. He's going to be well too protected. He's the president, for crying out loud. We're not talking about an average Joe walking through the Haitian streets. We're talking about the president. We're really talking about the president, ladies and gentlemen. In my mind, I told my father, I jumped to an assumption. I said, if this dude is who you say he is, there's no way he would have got assassinated. And sure enough, he was exactly what my father said he was. He was trying to do some amazing things for Haiti. He was actually, if you look up some of the things he wanted to do, they were great. They were great for the economy, right? The Haitian economy. He had a lot of great ideas. And then for some odd reason, he gets assassinated. And I'm thinking to myself, damn, we in some pretty modern times, man. How the fuck does a president get assassinated like that? I know he's in the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, but damn. I don't know, man. That shit, it rarely happens. It's not something, especially during modern times, right? We don't hear it too much. then it got deeper. Then it got deeper. And then it got deeper. The American government has been fucking with Haiti ever since 1804. And it's not just them, it's France's government, the Canadian government, and a couple of rich families. One from Italy, I believe. There's another one from, hell, I want to believe Israel or Saudi Arabia. I can't remember. I get the names, I get the details of it soon. I'll bring it back. Don't worry about it, right? America has literally been running the Haitian government since the beginning of time. Now, I'm American myself, and I'm also Haitian. So how do I feel about that? To make a long story short, I don't like it at all. So Fritz, pick a side. No, there is no picking a side. I told y'all at the beginning, I'm on the right side. You know that side of people that want to see humanity shape itself in that way it should be shaped. But no matter what you do, no matter how you want to save Haiti, there's the type of control these people have on Haiti, man. There's only one thing that can solve the Haitian problem, and that's unity. And what's more and more and more disgusting when I speak about unity in Haiti, the worst thing about Haitians in Haiti is no different from the blacks here in America. They don't want to unite. I'm not here to praise Jimmy in a sense. I'm not here to down Jimmy in a sense. But one thing I can say about Jimmy is he's right about the Haitian government. Some of the worst people known to man. If you're talking about a group of people who have allowed outside sources, foreign affairs, foreign countries come in and do what they want, that's the Haitian government. There is no respect. I got zero for the Haitian government. There's not a person in Haitian and political power right now that should be respected by a soul. You're talking about a system that needs to be dismantled and built back up again from the ground up. There is no saving Haitians. The Haitian government. That shit is more corrupt than you would ever fucking imagine. You won't even imagine the type of hold it has. The only way to revamp this is if it's truly about the Haitian people. Do you not understand America has put in 7 presidential council that was not chosen by the Haitian people, that was strictly chosen by Americans? And to make matters worse, you got trifling, dirty, nasty motherfuckers telling people that Haitians can't handle their own affairs. Ladies and gentlemen, if I would just tell you in the diaspora alone, and just the Haitian diaspora, the amount of success and education and wealth, you know there's some manipulation going on. Let's stop the bullshit. I'm just talking about the diaspora. I'm not even talking about the citizens that are sitting in Haiti by the millions. The diaspora also has them by the millions. The number one resource and income for Haiti is through the Haitian diaspora. Now, one business that they export goods at brings more money than the diaspora. Diaspora is the people who send money back to family to Haiti. That's typically how Haiti is surviving these days. If it ain't for the Haitian diaspora, Haiti, I don't even know how the fuck they get by. I really don't know. It would be a sad day in hell if the diaspora just decides one day that they don't want nothing to do with their own land. It would be a sad day in hell. Which brings me to my next point. You guys got to help me understand the lack of unity when you're dealing with this type of a monster and this type of an enemy that is holding your country down from growing. For you not to unite amongst your people and set your differences aside, like I say, I don't agree with Jimmy and everything he does and the way he had to do about it. But there was a great man called Malcolm X one time who I specifically remember saying, and the black people in this country to this day don't even get it. Because if they got it, they would have been got it done. There was a saying by a good brother, Malcolm X, that said, by any means necessary. And I felt like that with our Haitian government. I truly felt like the Haitian government had to get rid of by any means necessary. So now that the job is done, do you know there's people that hate Jimmy but agree with the statement that the Haitian government is trash? Do you know you still got people mad at Jimmy, the only person that was able, with the G9, to dismantle the government? We still have people that don't want nothing to do with Jimmy. I can't lie and say they want a lot of rapes in the streets. I can't lie and say they want a lot of deaths in the streets. I can't lie and say Haiti is not full with a lot of the lowest of the low. You're the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. Can you only imagine? Can you only imagine what the fuck is happening in that country? Nah, you have to go there and you probably wouldn't want to come back. I'm guaranteeing you wouldn't want to come back. I know Haitians that don't want to go back. Born and raised. They don't want to go back. Humanity is pretty fucking sad, man, as a whole. It just so happens that this episode is setting the tone, and I'm only talking about the black experience. Oh, it gets deep. I'll get into everything. I don't shy away from a motherfucking topic. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to stretch this episode out. I'm really not. I hope throughout this journey, in this episode, on this podcast, I really hope, man, the whole plan at the end of the day is to create a platform that brings so much awareness and so much attention. I'm trying to create a mirror for humans to put in front of their face and really ask yourself, are you doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing as a human being? Do you care? Because you're going to have to show me who you are. Because I already see who you are. Now you're going to have to stand on who you are as well. I truly built this off to bring unity together. I want to expose so much fuckery that if humans are as humane and so-called peaceful as we say we are, this movement will be lovely. It'll be a lovely movement. A lot of awareness, a lot of, acknowledging, a lot of accountability, and fucking next thing you know, kumbaya. Kumbaya, my Lord. But I'm not too optimistic at the moment. I think you guys are going to have a hard time throughout this journey. You're telling me humanity ain't shit. Humanity ain't shit to me. You're going to have a hard time convincing me that that's not the case. That humanity at this point is sad and we ain't shit. It's too much going on that we turning our back on. And the shit we paying attention to, we hype about, we in the comment section, we liking. It's fucking ridiculous. It's sad. And I don't want to hear shit about who owns the platforms, who's running them. At this point, everybody knows better. So without no further ado, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to the first episode of Use Your Own Intelligence podcast. I greatly appreciate you. I'll see you next week. Not too sure what we're going to talk about, but it's just so much. I don't know. I'll put it together. I'll let you know. With that being said, thank you. Goodbye.
Man, this shit is getting crazy. Never seems to amaze me. I think the devil's trying to play me. Oh, Lord. But I'm a different type of nigga. Worth about 5 or 6 figures. On step profit get bigger. You know. I gotta triple up on this cheese. Take a flight right over them seas. maybe make a trip to Haiti, who knows? I just know that I have to go get it. And America's looking so hectic, make you wanna grab the tech by the second, yes Lord. How the fuck it come to that? Most these niggas out here rats, and that statement can't be tracked, yeah I know. But these crackers is doing the sentencing. In the jail, you niggas repenting then. On the block, you be killing your men again, I know. This system been a trap, this shit must collapse. We ain't about far ways from that, yeah they know. We gon' get through regardless. All that small talk so harmless. Y'all pop us under this garment, whoa. It ain't gotta come to that. Niggas been for peace till I proceed and really state the facts. These fuckers can't stand the fact we black. Jay Blake caught 7 to the back. And then I caught Aubrey with some armory, trying to run the 4 flat. I'm trying to keep my sanity intact, but the shit is getting deeper. Every time I watch the news, there's some white dudes playing like the Grim Reaper. Nigga, I ain't never been a sleeper. Rest in peace, Breonna Taylor. But I swear to God, you touch my doorknob, you niggas gonna meet your maker. This country getting faker. They gon' try to outdate ya. For the immortalized, they gon' prophesize, you ain't gotta speak the nature. Just when you caramelize, it's when they see demise, it must be second nature. You can do us all a favor. Go ahead and catch the vapors. Act civilized and match your eye for eye, cause it won't be no one to save ya. And I'm a lovable type of neighbor. Might run you a couple of favors, but when you cross the line is when I see divide. I ain't forgiving you like your savior. Is you loving this type of behavior? I'm just a man, I ain't trying to persuade you. Hey.